Assalamu alaikum. So this is our final year project in which I'll be first telling you about all the components which we have used, and then I'll be demonstrating the whole process of the hardware. The name of our FIP is Designing an IoT based solution to analyze the supply of industrial products, and the group members are Daniel Hassan Ahmed, Shazil Zahra, Rahima Haroon, Sayyid Anika Ragla. Okay, so our project basically is based on the track and trace system, which is widely known as track and trace system. And throughout this project, all the hardware stuff which is being catered is by using this Raspberry Pi module, Raspberry Pi 4 Model 4B, and we have used a print server. Basically, the print server coding is done on my laptop, and I've connected this laptop to the thermal printer. The reason for this thermal printer is that we are producing QR codes. Those QR codes are being printed using this thermal printer, which needs to be printed on the products, and those products will be basically traced and tracked using those QR codes. Using our Raspberry Pi module, we have coded using the Python language, and this Raspberry Pi module is supposed to be responsible for adding all the data over the database, which is online, and it is also responsible for fetching all the information from the online base. It's from the online database. It's not just entering the data on the online database, but it's also managing and controlling all the stuff over there. Our online database is set up on Google Sheets, and we are basically accessing Google Sheets using multiple protocols, while using Arduino while using Node MCU for the IoT based system. We are using IFTTT protocol to access the Google Sheets, whereas for the Raspberry Pi we are using gspread function, which is a part of Python library, which we are using to write and read on the online database, which is Google Sheets. So let's start with our demonstration. We need this print server code to be running at all the time, which will basically check if there is any new entry in the database, and will print a QR code for the module which is being. Okay, we need to run this code throughout our hardware demonstration, because this print server coding using Python will sense if there is a new entry on the database on the product sheet, and will print the QR code of that product. Before just starting that, let me show you the product sheets. This is the product sheet this is a master database, and this is the container sheet. So we'll be filling this up during this demonstration, and I'll be letting you know how are these connected to each other. Okay, let's run this. Okay, so this is already running. Now let's move to a Raspberry Pi module. So I'm running this as well, and soon as we run this, it's asking us for the product name. I'm just giving it as ID of manufacturer. This is a special 4-digit ID, which will be giving a unique ID to each manufacturer. Name of manufacturer. Please enter the date of manufacturing. Let's say 05 06 2020, and the expiry of this lot, let it be 21/9/2021. Okay. Now these are the physical parameters which are supposed to be entered by the manufacturer. The manufacturer tells this thing that what are the maximum and the minimum bounds for the temperature and for the humidity. This helps him to get all the data using our database, which is made on Google Sheets again. And this thing is basically connected to the container. The container is having a system which is based on Node MCU, and this Node MCU is connected to sensors. All the readings taken from the sensors are uploaded on the Google Sheets, uploaded on our database using IFTTT protocol, and basically the readings given by the manufacturer, the input given by the manufacturer over here, this input makes him enable to reject or to call back the database, to call back a container in case if the values of that particular container goes out of the bound. Just giving it a value, the upper bound let it be 50, the lower bound let it be 30, humidity let it be 40 and 70. Okay, so now a QR code is basically generated. We have a product entry over the database, and this is our print server. It will sense this entry on the database and will print the QR code automatically. Okay, so this is the QR code which is also having the unique serial number over there. This unique serial number is actually encoded into the QR code form, which helps us to let it be read from an app. Okay, as per the instructions of our coding, please enter when done with printing of QR code. This thing is to be done on the production line of a company, so of a manufacturing factory obviously. So they'll be having this thing automated into their system. We are doing it manually right now because we do not have the facility of printing the QR code over the product directly. So I'm just entering enter on this thing, and then I'll be scanning my QR code using this Pi sensor. Okay, once done, it is asking me for the QR code which I am giving it, and once this is done, you can see this thing that it says that data found, and it is the same data which was on the QR code. So it basically using this camera, we took a video of it, and we captured the QR code within that using OpenCV module, and then we decoded that in order to check this thing that the QR code which was printed, is that printed perfectly, is that having it must not have any problems with the printing, with the ink, or with anything. If we, like for example, if the QR code is not properly printed, this will reject it right here. Once this is done, we can go and see this thing that over the online database, as I showed you earlier, where our product sheet was empty. Here this is a new entry, and this is the QR code is generated, and the QR code is verified as well. Adding to the container happens after you have 4 products which are basically accepted. So let's move on with this thing. I'm just quickly moving on with this in order to, do you want to enter more data? The manufacturer, if there are more products on the production line, the manufacturer will basically go for a yes over here, and he will enter Y, and then he'll press enter. A new QR code will be printed. I'll just go a bit. So the QR code is printed, so I'll press enter, and after entering it is asking me for the QR code, and it's in here. The second QR code is done as well. Again, yes. The third entry is over there. It's waiting for the print server, and we are having our QR code printed. Yes, we do have it. Okay, so this is done. Do you want to enter more data? Press Y. Yes, I do want to. The fourth entry is here. The print server is active now. And it's working. Yes. So once 4 datas are done, we'll have print server printing the container QR code now. And you can see this thing that the serial number is different. The CT87 is our container code. 4 containers will have this code, and then the container code will shift. This container code is basically having access to all the datas within its own container. Like for example, if the container gets rejected, all the products within this container also gets rejected, and all these products are those which we printed previously. Now let me show you how the container database is working. The container database is also having this input provided over here. This is the same serial number which I just showed you the QR code of, and all the inputs are taken. The product sheet and the container sheet are basically linked using this master database sheet. This master database sheet contains the product ID and the container ID of it. Even if one container gets rejected. Now let me show you that what happens if a QR code is not valid, if a QR code is not printed well. I just marked this QR code with a pencil. I basically destroyed this QR code, and when this QR code was scanned, this was the last one. This is AE1 which ends at 21000004. This is the same one, and you can see this thing that QR code wasn't verified, it was rejected. That's why it's not even added to the container, it's rejected. So a QR code which is not verified, a QR code which is not properly printed, a product which is basically not verified, that product will never enter the container. So every product which is within the container, that means that throughout the production line, this product is not being called back. The product is not having any problems with the QR code scan printing, and it was scanned properly and it was verified properly as well. Now it's further. Now coming on to the point where the data from the container is being added to the database. This is the prototype of our containers system. Basically, this is the system which will be added to the container, and this is having a Node MCU ESP32, and along with that there is a DHT11 which is a humidity and temperature sensor. These are the two readings which we are recording, and if we can record these two readings, we can record any reading from a sensor, and that can be added to our database. I'll just demonstrate this to you as well. Okay, so this blinking shows that our Node MCU is connected. Let me show you the code which I have created with this. Using the Arduino IDE, I have created this code which is basically connecting it to the IFTTT protocol, using which I am entering the data over the database, and the values being entered are right here. So you can see the values in here. Okay, this is basically a data for CT87, which we just created using the Raspberry Pi, and it's having database for other containers as well: CT86, CT87, CT88, CT89. We are just viewing the data which is being recorded for CT87 right now. And if you see in here, I basically added some water sparkles over there to increase the value of humidity, and this is the reason why we can see this thing, that the values of humidity are exceeding 71 over here. If you just recall back, when we asked the user, he gave an input of 70 and 40 for the upper and lower bounds of the humidity respectively, and accordingly these values are out of the range obviously. So when these values are out of the range, that means that CT87, the container CT87 must be rejected, and when it must be rejected, all the values within that CT87 must also be rejected. So we can go and watch this thing as well. This is our database. The product sheet says these were a few of them which I marked ban on the QR code, which made them rejected, and that's why they were not added to the container. Whereas when we go to the container sheet, in the container sheet we can see this thing, that the humidity is temperature. Now these rejected values, what they have caused, let's see. When we go to the product sheet, there were many of them which I marked with an error on the QR code, just for the sake of showing this thing in the demonstration. So product number 3, product number 7, product number 6, product number 8, all of these are rejected, and the reason behind them is that QR code was not verified. Okay, so they are not even added to the container as well. When we go to the container sheet shows this thing, that CT87, which had the higher temperature bound and the lower temperature bound as 40 and 20 respectively, and the higher humidity and lower humidity bound was 70 and 40 respectively, its higher humidity bound is violated, which is why it's marked with orange, and the container status is changed to rejected. This container is called back, and as this whole container is called back, I previously stated this thing, that the container holds when a container is called back, all the products within that container are basically linked using this master database, and that's the reason why all of these this CT87, if I show you, all of these products which were previously the product status wasn't rejected, but all of these products are eventually rejected. The overall status of these products are rejected. The reason behind that is that CT87 had a violation in the humidity upper bound, which caused all of them to get a callback request. So this is how we are dealing with the database, the Raspberry Pi, the print server. Just summarizing it again, all the products on the production line are having a unique serial number. These serial numbers are encoded to form a QR code. These QR code and on the same hand the data is entered on the product sheet. These QR codes are printed and then scanned to verify if there are any errors while the printing takes place. If there are no errors, these products are carried forward to the containers. 4 products compile up to make up a container, and this is just for the demonstration. We can obviously we can increase the numbers as well if you can do it for the 4, and each individual container is also having a serial number. So a container which is having a serial number is also having a QR code, and this individual container is having a whole IoT based system installed with that, within which the manufacturer's upper and lower bound of different values are being measured. If the value goes upper than the upper bound or lower than the lower bound, the container gets a rejection call, and all the products within that container also gets a rejection call as well. So this is how all of these are connected. This master database sheet is basically the backbone of our whole project. This is where we get all the data, and then based on this thing we decide on the basis of individual statuses, the status of product, the status of container, and on the basis of these things we decide that will the container, will that specific product have a callback or will it not. So that's all from my side. Jazakallah.